Next topic, and we're gonna talk about somebody that is actually on this list, and that's Kirk Cousins. Is it a make or break year for Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. It's not a make or break year because Kirk Cousins has done his job, even though he doesn't play well in prime time games, which you can actually understand is a make or break here. But Minnesota's defense has not been great to Kirk Cousins. Last year, this Minnesota Vikings team scored 24.9 points in 2022. That defense ranked second to last in pass defense and second to last in run defense. Kirk Cousins could do whatever he wanted. So I think 24 and a half points is enough for you to win a football game. But if your defense is giving up the same amount of points, that is not Kirk Cousins' fault. If you look at him in the years, in the 80 games that man has played in Minnesota, he has a passer rating of 100.9 with 20,934 yards, 153 touchdowns, and 50 interceptions in 80 games with the Vikings. I understand he's 1-2 in the playoffs with the Vikings, but when your defense is at the bottom of the barrel, what else Kirk Cousins needs to do?
Score 38 points a game.
Yeah, I don't think that would matter either because not to toot my own horn, but in a couple years ago, the Las Vegas Raiders averaged 30 and a half and gave up 30 and a half and still lost games.
Well,
So
that's why I said 38.
So you think 30 is not enough?
No,
I think
not
25 points a game is enough to win a football game if you play it correctly.
Yeah, I mean, that's if you play it correctly. The whole thing is if you don't have a defense, that means you need more output out of your offense. That means pretty much every single time you get that ball, you have to score to guarantee a win. That's it. So you need to run high efficiency offense.
I think the offense is already at a high efficiency. You got Justin Jefferson. You had Dalvin Cook last season.
Well, exactly.
I think they did enough. That defense could not get off the field.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm not saying it's. I'm just saying score more points. Score more points. If you ain't got no defense, you got to score more points. I'm just giving you facts. That's all.
I mean, I get it, but I feel like I don't think it's a make or break year because you can put Kirk Cousins on any team in this league and he's going to put up the numbers. Give him a good defense.
It's a make or break playoff year. If he gets to the playoffs and he shits the bed, that's on him.
I mean, he's only 1-2. He's been in 3 playoff appearances for the Minnesota Vikings. He is 1-2. If he could make it at least be a 500 quarterback in the NFL in the playoffs, it'd be 2-2. I think his job is safe in Minnesota.
Yeah, but again, like I said, I mean, if they can somehow pull together middle of the pack, like say, like the 20th to the 18th best defense in the league, even if they can pull that off, I feel like that they're definitely a playoff contender.
And they lose to Darius Smith, and then Danielle Hunter wants out of Minnesota defensively. They lose Duke Shelley. They lose Dantzler. They lose a lot of good defensive players that they had on here to just replace them. I don't know who they replaced them with, but this defense is just going to have to play better if you want to get deeper into the playoffs. When you get deeper into the playoffs, your defense got to play top notch. You can't be a one and done football team like you did with the Giants. The Giants came in and beat y'all. You can't be one and done.
Yeah,
you can't be. It has to be better on both sides, but defensively, it has to be more better than what the offense gives. It has to be middle of the, like you said, middle of the pack. Get instead of you being second to last, at least be between 15 and 17. At least that.
Yeah, but I mean, so they got 2 young cornerbacks that are really fucking good that are coming up. They have 2 linebackers that I like, and then Anthony Price just said Jaron Hall. So that I mean, it's all I'm saying is they do have a super young core, but I like that about them. because that means they can only get better. That and I like that fact because that's what the Ravens did over the last few years. We slowly got better and younger.
And I think Minnesota's going to get younger too. I think Patrick Peterson, I think he retired already, or he's still playing, right? For
No,
the
he's still
Minnesota
playing.
Vikings?
He's
Yeah,
still
he's still
playing.
playing. So hopefully he can help this defense as much as possible. So yeah, I feel like Kirk Cousins is not a make or break year for him. It's a make or break year for this defense. And when you have a guy in Paul Gunther that used to be a defensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders that gave up 40 points a game as a defensive senior assistant, I see why you giving up as many points as you're giving up. That's why we got rid of him. But hopefully the Vikings can be a better defense. And if the Vikings can score 30 points and the defense could give up at least 17, between 15 and 17 points a game, the Vikings will be fine. They will be fine.